podcasting from Northwest Pennsylvania. You're listening to the GenXtra Podcast, a show about Generation X, movies, technology, weird news, and anything else they feel like. Join them every Monday morning. Now, here's your hosts, Dave and Joe.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the GenXtra Podcast. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings and salutations. What's that from? What is that? Is that from Demolition Man or is that something else? I don't know.
It's a mellow greeting, sir, is from Demolition Man. It's mellow greetings, sir.
Is it mellow
What seems to be
greetings?
your boggle? Mellow greetings.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Mellow greetings, Lena Huxley?
Yeah, Huxley.
Sorry. Tripping over my tongue on that one.
Yeah.
Hey, has the Wilhelm scream always been in the intro?
No, I threw it in there.
Oh.
Yeah, got to spice it up.
I figured you bumped the board or something.
No, I mean, that would not be a bad assumption, but no, I didn't. Yeah, so, all right, we have quite a lot of things to go over this episode.
You.
So, yeah, welcome everybody. Actually, you know what I haven't said in a long time? If you're new to the show, thanks for checking us out. If you're a long-time listener, thank you again for listening as long as you have. There you go.
Putting up our crap.
Yes, we appreciate you. Oh my
And
gosh.
also thank you guys for having me on again. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
And just want to shout out to Jarzab. Thank you for sending me the equipment. I very much appreciate it.
Ah, yes. He has been scouring his home trying to find bits and pieces of a microphone I left up there for him, and now you have it. So, all right, we're not going to dilly-dally around too much here because we got to get to some of this stuff. And boy, do we have a couple doozies. One of them in particular. All right, so the first story I found, boys, this one caught my attention because the article on the New York Post reads, "The new raw dogging, ? Workers are barebacking on their way to the office and fellow commuters are furious." So there's this new thing happening with
This has to be a double entendre, right? This can't mean what I think it means, does it?
it doesn't even mean what it means. Like, because Gen Z they coin things. They make up terms, they make up words. So they have, what they're doing, these Gen Zers, is they're calling it raw dogging because they're going, like they're commuting to work with no technology. Like they're just keeping their phones in their pockets, like this new trend that's happening. But what they're doing instead is staring at people. Like this is the new game they're playing. Like they're literally sitting on the subway and they just stare at somebody with this deadpan stare. And it's a new thing. And I don't understand why they're doing it. Like, look at the article, man. This guy's just like a creep. But I guess.
Wow, this means something way different.
Scrolling. You can't.
Go
I'm
ahead.
angry. You can't co-opt a term that already means something that really means something.
Yeah. Yeah. It has a very, very specific meaning.
Very specific meaning. You can't just co-opt that stuff. There's limits. There's limits to that.
Like, hey man, you do a little raw dogging this morning? Like, yeah, I did.
Yeah. You get to work and your boss is like, well, how was the commute in? Oh, I was raw dogging this guy all the way in.
You're like, yeah, right. Yeah,
You're
right.
Like, what?
But they'd be like, hey, oh, what'd you do over lunch? Yeah, man, I was snorting whippets.
Like, oh, really? Like that means something. Like, oh,
right.
That's not what you think.
If I be like, no, it's just, I was just, taking some cold medicine or something, like something innocuous. But you can't. No, it doesn't work.
It's like, man, I had a great lunch. I was sitting out in the park on this bench.
Just raw dogging some guys.
Just raw dogging this guy across from me.
Oh, man.
This is one of the dumbest things that I've been made aware of on this show. I'm not gonna lie. This is up there. So thank you for me. Oh boy.
Did you say that along with that barebacking had a different meaning too? Or
No, it's just kind of one and the same. Yeah, they're
okay.
So they co-opted two terms that are already in use. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the barebacking might be like the no technology, or maybe it's the raw dogging. I don't know. I'm getting tired of saying these things.
It's funny that we have a term now for no technology when that used to just be life.
We just call it 80s style. Be like, hey man, what'd you do? I mean, I rode the subway today, 80s style.
Yeah.
You know, there we go.
Well, see that now I'm picturing like a fro, a sweatband, and a giant boombox,
which is also appropriate, and I think that's fine.
Yeah, and maybe there was a lot of raw dogging.
You know, I'm doing an Amish style. You know,
raw dogging.
No technology.
Oh,
well,
Amish style.
I'm trying to come up with different terms.
Sorry.
This is fun. This is also one of my favorite intros to the show that we've done.
Yeah, wow.
But we're good.
Oh yeah, like man, yeah. I was at church and this guy was like just raw dogging me from the other pew.
Oh man. I mean, imagine if it's like, yeah, the preacher was raw dogging the altar boy, and it's like, wait a minute, what? No, you're just swearing at him.
Yeah, no. Oh, that would be the worst case scenario using that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well, there you go, everybody. Now, if you happen to hear that term, it may not mean what you think it means. So
wow.
We've been educated.
Okay.
All right. So I have another story, and then we'll jump into some other stuff here. All right. So you guys, Breeze, you got kids. So do you ever let your kids just order stuff on Amazon?
God, no.
No? Okay.
No. They have to go through. Well, okay. So my oldest is a teenager. His account is linked through mine as a kid account on ours. So he can absolutely browse and order, and then it comes to us for approval. So I get an Amazon app notification. It says, oh, he's looking to buy this. It's like a calculator or like whatever for school. I'm like, perfect, because he knows what he needs. And I just approve it, and I decide, whether it's coming out of, my money or his money.
Sure.
But
what about like just handing one of your kids like your phone, like, here you go, bud, and you want to play a game?
So fortunately, well, yes, I've done that.
Okay. All right. That's what I was looking for.
Apple has you can do an app lock, if you will. So there's I think it's like tap home. It's not home, the power button 3 times or something. You can hold the focus, if you will, on the dedicated app.
I need to find out how you would have avoided this, Breeze. Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Sorry. It's not nerd talk? I thought we were doing nerd talk today.
No. Well, what I was getting at was most people, if they have young kids, they're like, here's my phone, play a game.
Throw the phone at them.
Here.
What happened?
Yeah, watch some YouTube. Whatever, man. Keep yourself busy for a minute. Well, this is a video. There's not an article to this, but I can just read a little bit here of the subtext. Anyway, so this woman, this mother, gave her 8-year-old her phone, and the kid got on Amazon and ordered 70,000 dumb suckers worth $4,200. So what you were explaining is probably a good plan to lock out your Amazon app so your kid can't buy $4,000 worth of suckers. Can you imagine that showing up to your house? I mean, it probably never did. You probably canceled the order, but
yeah. Well, no. This reminds me of, this would have been years ago when the Alexas first came out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and you could order stuff right on there. Yeah.
Yeah, and some kid used the voice commands to order, I think it was like a bunch of SpongeBob, I want to say it was SpongeBob popsicles, like cases of SpongeBob popsicles, and they got delivered.
Oh, they did get delivered.
And they didn't realize. Yeah. So I can look that story up, but that was years and years ago. But this is relatively new. That's interesting. I will say, yeah. So anyone who has that, or put a passcode on it. Like I have that too. Like even if my kid does get a hold of my phone and I forget to lock the app, orders don't get processed without me putting in Face ID or my PIN. So you take those precautions on Amazon, honestly, anytime, because your device can always be lost. Your phone can get unlocked. Put a PIN or a passcode on your Amazon purchases. Highly recommended.
There you go. Another PSA.
Breeze S.
Yes, a Breeze SA.
Service.
Breeze SA.
I'm just sitting here thinking, maybe if this kid's mom was like a doctor or something, then could supply the office for a long time. Pediatrician.
Perhaps.
Yeah,
I don't know, that's
really.
where my mind went with it. I just was reminded when I was a kid and I basically got inspected by the doctor. And, if I was a good boy and took all my shots, then I got a sucker at the end of it. So,
Well, maybe
sometimes I think I deserve more. So,
yeah. Some raw dogging.
Okay, here we go.
okay, moving on.
Sorry. That was uncalled for. Oh my God. All right, Breeze.
It meant what it meant back then, okay? Long before.
Yeah, I'm just saying, he's just staring at you. Is all. No, anyway. All right, Breeze, let's jump into some national news.
Yeah. So I got some good ones up here. So obviously we got Mother's Day was actually in arrears yesterday for our listeners. So that was fun.
That was fun.
That was fun retroactively.
Yes, to all the mothers out there that listen to the show, happy Mother's Day. I hope you got, something nice, flowers, a dinner. If you didn't, I don't know.
Call us today. We'll come beat them up, I guess. I don't know. So we have a Monday. Let's see here. Monday, May 12th is National Nutty Fudge Day. And it does mean exactly what it means. It means fudge with nuts in it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's all above board here on national days, let me tell you.
I feel like Gen Z could do something with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was nearly nutty fudge, this guy. So what do you guys like fudge at all? Because that's a pretty divisive food.
Dude, I love fudge.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Love fudge.
I can't remember the last time I had any. Actually, you know where it was? It was probably at the Grove City Mall. I think there's like a...
Oh, there is that fudge shop there.
Yeah, I think that was the last time I ever had it.
The other problem I have with fudge, if I eat a piece of fudge, whether it's the size of like a quarter or the size of my hand, I am going to then drink probably 2 gallons of water afterwards. It makes me so thirsty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's so delicious.
It is so delicious. It's so delicious. I agree. No, it's good stuff. So that's National Fudge Day coming out. I too really enjoy fudge. I have a hard time not eating that if it's available. Tuesday, May 13th is Top Gun Day.
Oh boy.
As in movie.
Nice.
So Joe's holiday right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Top Gun Day is on Tuesday. Very fun movie.
Were you a big fan of the new one?
I liked it.
Top Gun Maverick?
I liked it. I mean, I'm not the mega fan that Joe is, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I like the soundtrack. They brought in Harold Faltermeyer for a lot of it of Axel F fame from Beverly Hills Cop. So he put a spin on the Top Gun theme. It's good stuff. I think the scoring was very good. Like they captured a bit of that nostalgia while growing it into the modern day. If that makes sense. Yeah. I don't know. I think it works.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
I haven't watched it. Maybe I should watch it again in honor of Top Gun Day.
Yeah, I cry during one of the scenes in the new Top Gun Maverick. Dude, I'm such a... I think I've talked about this on the show before. Like, I cry in movies where somebody overcomes something. And whether, it doesn't even matter what it is specifically, but if they overcome sort of a challenge or a situation, it just tugs at my heartstrings. And that scene in Top Gun Maverick where Maverick, what's his actual name? Pete, whatever his name
Pete
is.
Maverick.
Is it Pete Maverick?
I don't know.
Oh, I think it's Pete though. I think it is Pete. Anyway, he steals the jet because he got fired, and all of a sudden they're like who's on the screen? Like who took a jet? And he ends up running the course like faster than anybody possibly could have, and it's just, I don't know, it's just really emotional. Like I like that scene. There, yeah, indeed.
Those moments of triumph and victory are always, something that gives you chills. I like moments like that in movies in general. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
See, also Tuesday, May 13th, we have Leprechaun Day. Now, I thought this was very, very interesting because it's nowhere near St. Patrick's Day, but apparently National Leprechaun Day is Tuesday, May 13th. So if you wanted St. Patty's Day sequel, apparently May 13th is your day.
Did you ever see the old like Leprechaun movies from back in like the 80s, early 90s?
Oh, the horror movies? Yeah. No, I know.
Well, of course
them,
you didn't.
Of course I did.
I didn't either.
You didn't see them either? Oh, they had an actual like little person playing a leprechaun, and dude, he was terrifying looking. Like,
Dude, the box art alone was enough to scare me off of those movies when I was younger. I'll be honest with you. Like, even when I was of age to actually rent those things, I took one look at that box art and I'm like, nope.
oh yeah,
Nope.
yeah. I mean, it's probably a good thing because you're a sissy when it comes to horror movies, and those would have scared you to death as a kid.
Oh
I
God.
don't know if I'm a sis.
Even
No,
like things that weren't necessarily horror movies scared me. I mean, like Willow scared the Jesus out of me. When
Willow's got some moments. I'm not gonna. I'll agree with you
two-headed
on that.
Hydra. I
Yeah.
was just absolutely terrified of that scene.
Yeah, was Willow the
Yeah,
one where was that the one with the horse like sunk in the quicksand?
Oh, that's never-ending story.
Oh.
If you don't cry during that, then you have lost your human card. Let me tell you what.
That didn't faze me. That was fine.
Oh, you
Oh my God.
bastard.
I swear to God, I see a meme on Facebook every other day about like, people wonder why I'm messed up, right? And then it's
Because of
like
that scene?
Artax. Like, yeah, because that's
Treyu, yeah. Treyu and Artax. Yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
That's another movie that has some scary moments there. You figure if you remember the Gmork, the dog creature from that was
that was scary.
pretty dark and intense.
You mean the wish dragon?
No, not Falcor,
Oh,
not
okay.
the luck dragon. The evil dog.
I don't remember. God, dude,
Like-
I'd say I haven't seen a movie in probably
Oh,
30 years.
it just laser burned into my brain.
I was always terrified of the scene where he has to run past the giant statue that shoots lasers out of her
Oh,
eyes.
the laser sphinx.
Yeah. Oh man, I was like, oh my God, my heart was always pounding that scene.
Well, especially because they actually show the armored knight get obliterated
Yes.
before him. So it's not like hypothetical. You know this kid's going to get microwaved.
Which is actually fantastic writing. Because they presented the danger to you, so you kind of knew.
Yeah, I think they walk the line between the horrors you know and the horrors you don't.
Yeah.
Just enough to explain the situation without ham-fistedly, like just expositing all over the place and be like, he will die. No, just do a subtle nod and show the audience what's going to happen.
Did the dog talk? The wish dragon?
Yeah.
Falcor?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I thought he did. I was trying to remember. It was like a real slow, like
Yeah,
okay, all right, okay,
big-
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
The giant turtle time.
Yeah, he had it.
Oh, Artax didn't talk though.
Artax was the horse. No, did
Yeah.
not.
He didn't. Okay, that would make sense. He was just a real horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, who
Not a
they
magic.
went and stand.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. You got another day?
I'm just checking this one here. National Bike to Work Day is on Friday, May 16th. So, Dave, that's going to be a little challenging for you, but you should give it a try.
Just depends on where I'm going. If I'm going to my studio, I'll just pedal across the driveway.
Right. And there you go. You bike to work.
I did.
That's where I was going.
So my options are ride my bike out of my driveway and then back into my garage, which will take a whole 5 seconds, or bike 100 miles down to San Diego, which I think it would take me probably the entire day to get down there.
You should. Oh, actually, if you pull up Google Maps, there's a bicycle symbol on there. You should look and see how long it would take you. Oh my God.
Oh, that's a very good question.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't even take you down the highway. Honestly, there's probably like different routes. Maybe.
Oh, you can't ride on the highway. That's the problem.
So you can or you can't.
That's no problem, but you can't.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So there's probably just different bike paths and stuff you can find. I bet it would take you all 100 miles. Man, I mean, how fast a bicycle go? 20 mile an hour? Yeah, I mean, it might take you 8 hours, maybe. Be a long haul. So yeah, you do not ride your bike to work. Don't do that.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, Breeze, what else we got on this list?
No, that's it.
Wait,
That's
I just pulled it up. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I can go down. Wow, 8 hours and 33 minutes.
There you go. Pretty good guess.
It would take me all day. Yeah.
You just show up like, all right, I'm here, heading back.
Turn right around. Go back.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
All right. So, Steve, you threw on here your least and most favorite Jim Carrey role / movie, specifically like the role he played. Did you have any in mind already? Because I'm looking at IMDb. I'm trying to narrow mine down.
I do.
Yeah, I guess if you're listening to the show and you don't know who Jim Carrey is, shame on you.
Yeah. Shall I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think hands down my favorite Jim Carrey role would have to be Ace Ventura. And I'm probably biased there because that was the first movie I ever saw him in, and I didn't even know about him. And I probably watched that movie like 100 times, to where I could like quote every part of it. But I thought overall, like, it just, I mean, I know it was like extreme overacting, all that stuff, but I thought that he was just, that like defined him, Ace Ventura. Then my least favorite role is, I think, a movie I maybe watched once or twice. I think it was, overall, the movie was pretty much panned, was when he was in The Cable Guy. I was not a fan of that one. But every other role I've seen him in, I've very much enjoyed. But yeah,
I kind of liked him in Cable Guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, Breeze, where are you at with The Cable Guy?
It's not my favorite. I didn't enjoy watching it. I only saw it once years and years and years ago, but
yeah,
I don't know.
It's not my favorite, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't
some runners up. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, as far as my favorite, dude, definitely Ace Ventura. Not trying to take anything away from his other performances, which he has some very good ones. Like Bruce Almighty was awesome. The Truman Show. When he was in
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber, man. Dude, Ace Ventura is so quotable. I still quote it, and my wife does. Like, to this day, we always will say Ace Ventura quotes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That is true. That performance, I think, for a lot of people, put him on the map. I know In Living Color was the startup, but I think for like the broad audience,
I never saw In Living Color. So was Ace Ventura the first movie you guys saw him in?
I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, In Living Color, he did so many different things on In Living Color.
Well, right. I mean, sketch comedy show, right?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah,
I think
countless.
Dude, when he did the Vanilla Ice thing, if you've ever seen that, it was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yes, absolutely.
That was really good.
It was hilarious. I think like another one of his like more popular bits was Fire Marshal Bill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
funny.
that was the one. That was pretty much the only character I really knew, like, because I had seen snippets of it from that show. That was the only character, like, by name that I actually recognized.
Yeah,
Because I didn't watch a lot of In Living Color. I watched a lot of Mad TV in terms of the sketch comedy days. For the brief run that Mad TV was on, that was a go-to. So I think I was in like the right age range when that show came out. For me, though, kind of one of my favorite roles. Like, Ace Ventura is a great movie, top to bottom. It's very funny. I actually really liked him as the Riddler in Batman Forever.
Okay.
With Val Kilmer. And I don't like Val Kilmer as Batman, but I liked him as the Riddler, especially playing off of Tommy Lee Jones, who apparently couldn't stand Jim Carrey because of that. Like, he was like, I don't like you.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, because he's just so over the top. But yeah, I think he nailed the absolute insanity necessary for that character.
He's like, Batman, you say? I'm counting on it.
Exactly. See, you knew it. You knew the line. Yes, absolutely. So that's probably my favorite Jim Carrey role is the Riddler.
Was that the same movie with Mr. Freeze?
Yeah. No, that was Batman and Robin. That was when George Clooney took over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Him and
what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Oh, it's so great. So great.
Yeah, I think who else was in 3?
Nicole Kidman.
Yes, thank you.
And Chris O'Donnell.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Chris O'Donnell. I think the role I liked him best in was Vertical Limit.
I have never seen that.
It was the one where they're climbing up Everest. It was really good. It came out in like, I want to say like mid to later 90s, like maybe like 97, 96.
Did y'all ever see the version of Three Musketeers with Chris O'Donnell in it? Was Chris O'Donnell, Charlie Sheen, Kiefer Sutherland?
Oh yeah. I think I saw it once.
Oliver Platt. Oh my gosh. One of my favorite movies, but that's mainly because it has Tim Curry in it. And you put Tim Curry in any movie, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as I know. I'll be very sad that they take Tim Curry away.
Yeah.
Just a quick runner-up. I thought he was very good in Me, Myself, and Irene as well, where he technically played like 2 roles in that movie.
He was great in that movie.
Yeah.
Who was the female lead opposite there? Was that Téa Leoni?
Renee Zellweger.
Oh, that was Renee Zellweger.
Such a crush on her back in the day.
It's funny to mention that because literally last night, Steve, no joke, I was thinking about Bridget Jones because there's the Bridget Jones Diary movie, and I'm like, okay, what else has she been in? Because I can't picture her in anything except for the Bridget Jones movies. I know she's had a longer career than that, but I'll be darned if I could think of anything. Me, Myself, and Irene. Okay, there we go.
Empire Records.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Oh, welcome to Milk in the Music Town. May I service you? Empire Records is another absolute golden age classic. I love that movie.
I think she was in a Chicago with.
Oh, Catherine Zeta-Jones. You're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Good memory. Oh, man. Okay, movie nostalgia. We always end up here on the show, don't we?
We do.
Well, I'm glad to be a part of it this time. Because I've heard you guys talk about it a lot, and I'm always listening to it. And you're like, "Who was the actor?" And I'm like, "Alan Rickman, Alan freaking Rickman." And then like 10 minutes later, people was like, "Oh yeah, Alan Rickman, that's who it was."
Oh,
and I'm
dude.
like, "Oh God!"
Put a mic in front of your face, you have like brain farts. I'm like, I can't remember who that was.
Yeah, it is true. Steve's the guy who's just yelling at the shows during
That's me.
Jeopardy.
Oh yeah. Oh, when I'm like, if anybody's listening right now, I'm like, you're probably screaming at your radio. Like I am.
You actually said that too, and I'm like, yes, I'm literally yelling at you right now through the radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do.
Now we know what Steve spends his time whenever we're on Monday mornings.
All right. Well, I got one more mention, dude. The Truman Show for Jim Carrey. I feel like we're like he just like passed away and we're talking about him, but no, he's still alive. Just so you know. Yeah, Truman Show was fantastic, and I think I never mentioned my least favorite Jim Carrey movie. Oh, I really like the number 23. That was so good. Weird psychological movie. Anyway, my least favorite Jim Carrey movie.
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah.
The Mask.
You got it, dude. I hate The Mask.
I knew it.
I hate it. I hate The Mask.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Why are you guys surprised? It was ridiculous.
No, I'm not surprised, actually. I watched it, I think, when I was a kid, and I remember just, when you're a kid, you let a lot more things fly, but I don't think I could watch it now.
Oh, God, no. No, not as an adult. It's just ridiculous. Like what his big teeth. Come on.
Well, when the dog gets the mask.
It's just all stupid. Then they made a sequel. They made a freaking sequel. That should have never happened. Yeah. Anyway.
You can't buy good taste. I was never really a huge fan of him in The Grinch.
Oh, I didn't like that one either. I guess whenever he's in green face, I don't care for him.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. You're anti-green face. Yeah. There we go.
What about
we take a hard stance on green face here at the GenXtra Podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hate the Hulk too. No, I'm just kidding. What? Oh my gosh. All right. We need to move on from Jim Carrey.
Yes.
All right. So I found another weird news story, and this one is horrifying. It's doubly horrifying. So, yeah, this hits on two of my fears. One, crashing in a plane, and two, being eaten by giant monsters. So, yeah, so this one on the New York Post, and it says plane stupid ads, stop it. All right, there we go. Plane passengers miraculously survived a plane crash, and they landed in alligator-infested waters and had to survive there for 36 hours atop the fuselage, like floating in the marsh for a day and a half, while gators were just lurking about. So could you imagine like the horror of, the pilot, like, we're going down, like this plane is going down, and you crash land in a marsh or some kind of wetlands, and you survive, and you get out, you're like, oh my God, like we landed in water and we're alive, and you swim out and you're like, oh my God, like, and you have to hurry up and get on the plane because there's freaking alligators around you. Oh,
that is crazy.
Like you want to talk about going from one horror to another, like in instant.
That's no good.
No, they actually they said that the plane was losing fuel into the water, and they said that they think that was enough to deter the alligators from consuming them.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, yeah. Well, they wouldn't be very tasty in fuel-covered water, I suppose, but yeah.
Oh.
Wait, did anyone get eaten?
Nope, they all survived, actually. And there was like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's like kids there, too. Like everybody lived. So the whole story is amazing, and then it got even more amazing when they didn't get eaten by the alligators.
Well, harrowing with a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Facebook got me there then, because it said that a woman got eaten by an alligator, and I was like, oh, damn. And there was a picture of like, very scary alligator.
Yeah, no, that's just probably another story. Oh,
So
dude.
what you're saying is they just sat there on the plane fuselage, just raw dogging those gators.
Yeah. Oh, breeze.
Sorry, it had been like 10 to 20 minutes. I had to bring it back.
Yeah, I bet you the gators were really raw dogging them. Just
yeah. iPhone's not so good in the water, to be honest with you.
Yeah. God, you bet, like at nighttime, it was a day and a half. They went through an evening, like so they had to be on that thing in the middle of the night, just hearing the alligators just lurking about. Nobody slept. No one slept. Oh, anyway, so there you go. It's like a new fear unlocked.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got going on here. We got a few more things. Steve, you mentioned before we hit record, you said a freeway accident with rubberneckers. What happened there?
Well, okay. So living out in California, it's well known that the traffic is pretty bad every day.
Sure.
But sometimes, like, you hit these unexpected jams, and it's almost always due to, and sometimes it's due to construction, but almost always due to just a random accident that happens. And that happened to me yesterday. I was driving home early in the morning, should have been smooth sailing, and I just hit this pack of traffic. And of course, it's just funny to me because everyone is like, well, the reason why traffic's so slow because everyone's driving by and they're just like looking at it, and it's like, yeah, you can't help it. I mean, and this one especially stuck out to me because, I mean, I stopped, in traffic and I sat there for a while.
Should we give like a graphic warning?
I mean, I won't go into detail, but let's just say that when I finally, it was my turn, they compressed everything down to single lane, and it was finally my turn to go by. There were definitely some questionable substances on the road, and some were covered with blankets. And I just, it was like the whole time I remember thinking, man, I was really just annoyed that I was in traffic that early in the morning. I was like, man, I would have been home already, and like, I just didn't expect to hit traffic that early in the morning. And I was kind of, frustrated by that. And then when I saw that, I was like, man.
Yeah. You feel like
completely changed my perspective.
Well, that's, dude, that happened to us on the way down to Outer Banks. I actually forgot to mention that when we were talking about it. We hit a big stretch of traffic just like you did. And we were just irritated. Like we were annoyed. We're like, oh my God, like just adding like another like 30, 40 minutes to our trip. Like, what is going on up there? Some idiot, like wrecked his car.
Yeah. Somebody was driving too fast, dumbass, what the hell, and then you get up there and you're like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, we felt real bad. Like we're like, oh my God, I feel like such an ass for even being upset because this SUV was on its side and it looked like it had rolled a couple times even. And the back window was blown out and you could see a baby stroller back there. And I'm like, oh my God, dear God, tell me that kid was not in the car. And like we just felt like total assholes for even like being upset. But I think it's just natural when you're stuck in the traffic. You just get annoyed.
Well, I told myself that, maybe it was just some garbage, like some spaghetti sauce maybe, or maybe it was an animal, or
spaghetti sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but something definitely.
Somebody was transporting a case of spaghetti sauce. Yes, some ragu.
Yeah. They painted a good chunk of the highway with it. So.
Gross.
Yeah.
Right, well, hopefully they survived. I hope. Man. So anyway, enough of that. So people are like, oh, stop talking about this.
Yep.
All right. So I got one more story, at least for me. If you guys have anything else to add after this, by all means. This one I just discovered because I saw an article that Netflix is going to be making a documentary out of this. It's like a 10-part documentary, or maybe 8, but whatever. But each episode is going to be covering a new thing. So the first one I believe that comes out, and don't ask what the documentary is called because I don't remember. But the first episode is about a cruise that happened in 2013. It was on the Carnival Triumph. Do you guys remember hearing anything about this?
No.
Okay. Not by the name, no.
All right. So what happened was on the Carnival Triumph, it set sail from somewhere in Texas and it was heading down to somewhere in Mexico. We were actually
heading down to Texas. Okay.
Yeah, but it was going across the Gulf of America.
Oh, it's probably. Oh, yeah. It's probably going to Cancun, I imagine.
Yeah, somewhere down there. I remember when I saw the article, I'm like, oh, we've been there. We've actually been to where they're going. Anyway, they went down, and on their way back, about halfway through, there was a fire on board, and they like all the alarms went off, and they were sending everybody out to the muster stations. Which, Steve, you'll find out about muster stations when you go on your cruise here in a couple months.
Oh, okay.
That's where everybody goes.
Mustard stations, like for condiments for the buffet or something.
That's what I thought too the first time I heard it. Yeah, it has nothing to do with condiments.
Okay. Disappointed already.
Yeah,
Continue your story. Continue your lame, disappointing story. Go on.
So they.
Sorry.
Son of a bitch.
That was great, Bruce.
You son of a bitch.
Anyway, so everybody's lining up, like they're in full panic mode. The alarms are going off. There is a fire on board. Some of the hallways are like filling up with smoke, and finally, like the crew gets the fire under control. It was in the engine room, so the ship is not burning down. They've contained it. They put it out. So they're telling all the passengers, like, okay, it's time to go back to your staterooms. Like, just everybody, we're not boarding the lifeboats. So everybody's like, okay, thank God, like they got this figured out. Like, we're in the clear. Well, they really weren't yet. So what happened was, shortly after that, the power was disabled from the fire. So they had no electricity. They had, so nothing was working. There was no running water on the ship.
Oh no.
Yeah. There was no air conditioning. So when you're in the middle of the Caribbean Ocean in summer, it gets a little hot down there. And it also took out the septic system, the pumps.
No.
Oh yes. Yeah. So here's where things started getting bad. And also the stabilizers on the boat, those require power, and the stabilizers weren't working. So the boat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So the boat was shifting quite a lot, like to where people were bouncing off walls and stuff. And what it was doing is it was sloshing the sewage system in, and it would fire sewage out of the toilets, like up into people's rooms. And some of the rooms were getting like filled with, human waste. And so they had nowhere to go to the bathroom. And so the crew started passing out these little red bags, these bio waste bags. And they made an announcement over the speakers. Yeah, because the backup system works. So they still had like the backup lights, and they could still make announcements. But they told them, if you have to go number 2, to go in this bag and put it outside of your door. So the stories people were talking about were like normally when you're walking down like the hallways of the ship, like by the rooms, there's like people leave their room service plates out there with like a half-eaten sandwich.
For a hotel or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was just lined with bags of poop. And
oh man.
Oh my God.
So, and people couldn't handle it. So they started making like a tent city with their mattresses and sheets and stuff. They were taking all their stuff outside and like just literally making these camps out on the deck so they could get out of the stink. It took them 4 days to get tugboated out of there. And I think on the second or third night, they had made a mistake. They were trying to raise the spirits of the passengers, and they're like, hey, open bar, like just whatever you want, just drink it. Like, let's just get them drunk. Well, they said that kind of backfired, because as people got drunker, they were getting more like ornery. Like, people were like throwing stuff off the boat. Like lounge chairs and shit, just sending it out in the sea. God. Yeah, people were very, very mad. But anyway, so just so in case you guys were wondering, what did Carnival do for these people after such a horrendous experience?
They gave them a $200 voucher.
Yes. Yeah, they gave them $200 to use in the casino.
Oh my gosh, wait, did I guess that correctly?
No.
Oh,
I was going to say,
man,
wow.
You had me. You had me.
Casino credit.
Honestly, let's be honest. Would anyone have been truly surprised, if that's what they did?
No, that's actually fully what I expected. So when I saw what they did, I'm like, okay, Carnival really stepped up and they tried to make this right with people.
Okay.
So what they did is every passenger on the cruise received $500. Just they gave them $500. They also received a free flight home, which is only fair because they couldn't make their original flight, I'm assuming. They gave them a 100% refund of the cruise they booked that turned into the infamous poop cruise. They also reimbursed anybody who spent any money on board. Like, so whatever you spend on board, they just gave it back to you. And they also gave them a full credit for a whole nother cruise. So they did.
So they refunded the cruise, gave them credit for another cruise, and a $500 on top of it.
A $500 on top of it. And yeah, so they didn't make out great, but at least they can do it again and hopefully never have that happen again. But yeah, they
was the next comp cruise on a different cruise line, perhaps? No, I mean that's hilarious. That can happen anywhere.
Like,
so that was all really about how you handle it. Right?
Like we comped you a cruise for Norwegian, so I'm assuming we'll never see you again.
I hope you enjoy your Viking River cruise. We're so sorry.
Yeah, where are you going again, Steve? You said you're going on one soon.
Yeah, this is a Norwegian cruise, and it's going from Seattle to Alaska.
Yeah, where do you know where you're porting yet? Anchorage? I'm not sure. I don't know Alaska that well.
Oh, in Alaska? No, I don't know.
I know they do ports, like you go places, but I just don't know where. Like I'm not sure what the attractions are up there.
Yeah, you're right. I think there's like 8 or 9 or something like that stops.
No kidding. Okay. Is it mostly like for the whale watching? Like, is that what it is?
I honestly don't know what we're going to be doing other than just all I know is there's a go-kart track on the ship, and I'm rather looking forward to that.
Okay.
Because I like go-karts in general, but the idea of just racing go-karts on a cruise ship is kind of
I'd be terrified
to me. So
I take a bend too hard, and the cart goes flying off.
Yeah,
yeah. Hit a banana peel.
Mario Kart. Well, that's fantastic.
I didn't even think about that.
You have to absolutely blare Mario Kart music from your phone.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
While you're racing. Like, just find it. Oh, you got to do it, man.
Oh, man.
You got to do it.
Yeah. Well, you guys got anything else? We got anything else going on?
I'm just horrified by this cruise story that I probably should have known about. I think I had maybe heard about it a while back.
I don't understand how that slipped under my radar. Like, that's something like in my wheelhouse I would have picked up on.
Well, maybe it's because Joe used to host a show with you, and I don't think you ever would have gotten past the censors, so to speak. There's no way he would have let you do that story.
No,
I don't.
Let's be honest.
I don't feel like he would have.
No, I don't feel like he would have.
Yeah.
I would have tried. That story, I'm like, thank God our guest is Steve and not Joe, because he would have just noped out. You would have heard the Discord sound.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
I mean, Dave and I have had many a conversation about different flatulence-related topics.
Come on, man.
Hey, but I want to go back to the mustard room or the muster room.
Muster, yeah.
Mustard,
the mustard room.
Is that a gathering area or something?
Yeah. So when you first board a cruise ship, like the very first thing you do on your ticket will say like your muster station is like B8 or whatever. And that's where you go meet and you learn what to do in case of an emergency. This is where the boats are, your life jackets. The odds are like it's never going to happen, but in the rare case, you got to know where to go. And if the boat's sinking or something, yeah, everybody's going to be in full panic mode. No one's going to be like, where's my muster station? Like they're just going to grab the first open boat they find, lifeboat. Yeah. Are you scared about falling off?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't really thinking about that. I'm not really scared of anything other than just like, I don't know, being the age I am, just being like nauseous and dizzy the whole time. But but hopefully, I mean, we live in the great day and age of modern medicine, so there'll be some. And actually, I'm dating a pharmacist, so if anyone would know,
dude, there you go. Just tell her to hook you up with some scopolamine patches.
Yeah, I think that's what she said.
Yep, you'll be good to go.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
There we go.
I can't ride in the backseat of a car for more than 5 minutes, and I'm getting ill. So the fact I could survive on a boat 3 different times and not ever get sick once, and the last one we were on was really bad. We talked about it before, but it was really rocky for the first couple of days, man. And So we were laying in bed, and I almost got tossed out of bed from the boat rocking. And
Really?
yeah, and like I was laying there, and as I'm trying to fall asleep, dude, all I'm thinking about is that scene from Titanic when those two old people were laying in bed and their room filled up with water. I'm like, that's gonna be awesome.
I was thinking too, like you were speaking of Titanic. I was thinking about Titanic and the whole concept of like how they didn't have enough lifeboats on board, right? So when you're talking about like, well, here's your lifeboat that you go to, I'm like, man, well, do they have enough for the whole? This is a big ship, and there's a lot of people on board, right? Like something like 4,000. It's like a city. So I just wondered about that.
That's a lot of boats. I mean, plus the staff. Like there's usually it's like a 4-to-1 or 3-to-1 guest to staff ratio. So there's probably 1,000, 1,200 staff members on there too. That's a lot. That's a lot of humans to get off that boat if something happened.
Yeah, you mentioned panic mode during an emergency, and it made me think of like back in like elementary school. I think all the way up to high school, but especially elementary school where they had us do the fire drills. And I remember thinking like, in the event of a real fire, like, do you really think kids are gonna be like, okay, now let's line up all orderly now?
No.
And walk us single file. Everybody's gonna be running like crazy, and people are gonna be tripping over each other and like banging into shit, and like it's gonna be chaos.
Yep, just flooding doorways trying to push through people. Yeah, it's gonna. Bad. It's gonna be bad. Yeah. So all right, well, I think we did it, man. I think should we wrap the show up? What do you think, Breeze? Breeze, you still with us?
I'm here. I'm here all day.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not here all day. I'm going to eventually end the show, but yes.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to end it right now. So
okay. Well, I'm here for that too.
I don't know what episode number this is, but thanks for joining us for this one, everybody.
The Raw Dog episode. Thank you all for joining.
All right, guys. Thanks for checking us out. We will see you next Monday.
Bye.